HHDG. Peace, HHDG. We are on another episode of HHDG Media, the podcast. Shout out to everyone tuning in right now through our YouTube channel, as well as our Facebook group, HHDG, Hip Hop Discussion Group. As always, this can't be possible without the company, HHDG Media Inc., which consists of our family, myself, Wiki, T. Smith, the Mayor, Skelly Top, and Rock Vader KB. As you can see on our bottom banner, hhdgmedia.com is our website. You can go check out our merch as well as music we put up there, upcoming events, mixtapes, and much more. For tonight, we got two multi-talented brothers repping Canada. T-Dot. Man, such a melting pot. Diverse music, culture coming from there, generation after generation. And these two right here continued that with their group, Fuego Gawdz. The two of them have, an amazing amount of talent. And that talent is in more than just the music, but we definitely going to talk about the music as well, with MCing, production, visuals. Got the brands going as well. And for one of the members, I wouldn't have known about him if it wasn't for Ason Eastwood. I mean, the man speaks for himself, the way his elevation keeps going year after year between the music and the jewels that he drops. The other member of Fuego Gawdz, I interviewed him recently, and he put me on to, a lot more than what I knew about his multi-talented skills. And I got to give him a big shout out, because listening to Cousin Feo, I learned, a lot more through the work that they do together. And also Vago. Vago is actually, Vago and Che Uno are the two. How I really got, put on to Che Uno is the work that they did together. And, from there was with Cousin Feo. So, it's really, I think a lot of people need to continue to pay attention to the hip hop music coming out of Canada. And it's just amazing how it's continuously dope music that's coming out. But on July 9th, they dropped their project. And that project was, sorry about that. That project was Fuego Proof Pockets. And this isn't their first time working together. We're going to talk about that self-titled track, self-titled project that came out about, I think it was about 4 years ago. And to just let people know how much talent these two have. And they're going to definitely, inform me about some things as well. So, without further ado, I'd like to introduce the two members of Fuego Gawdz. And that is Wizdome Bunitall. Peace, peace.
What's going on? Peace.
And also Che Uno.
Peace.
Peace, man.
Peace, y'all.
Salud, Lord.
Salud, Lord.
Dope, man. It's good to have both of you on at the same time. So, we get everything from Fuego Gawdz at one time,
Thank you for having us, bro.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Appreciate the support. Appreciate the letting people know, where to get that real hip hop, that underground, and you know what I'm saying? Like, that was a beautiful intro, but let me intro you, because I met you in New York, you know what I mean? And you're the only person that had all the vinyl for everybody that was there. I was like, yo, this is crazy. You know what I mean? So, shouts to you too
Respect.
for actually, you know what I mean? Not just doing it, but living it, actually being it. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. Much respect on that. I came from, listening to all types of music through my parents. My uncle got me into DJing because he was a DJ. So, from there, he taught me how to DJ. And one of the things that, always stuck with me is with DJing is no matter what type of music you love, you got to know your audience and you got to be able to know other genres. So between my parents, my uncle, cousins, other family members, older music. So, I learned how to DJ the hip hop, dance hall, soca, calypso, R&B, disco. And, that just opens up to, appreciating music even more.
Yeah, it's crazy you're talking about that because Shay and I, we started off. This is how we met, was DJing through DJing.
Yeah, we got 3 DJs in the room right now, basically.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? So I'm a DJ before I'm a rapper or a producer.
Me too.
Yeah. Like Chase said, we used to carry crates. Now we just carry weapons. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Microphones and shit. Crushing
Yeah,
this.
man. Yeah. You got a lot of records in this room right now, probably, bro. Like a lot of records.
Between all three of us is
probably
crazy.
A lot of vinyl in there, bro. Damn,
yeah.
That's dope. Bro. We appreciate. That's more of an appreciative thing, man, because you're coming from, like Wizdome said, you live this shit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that's more of an in-depth perspective from somebody that really understands the whole shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, man.
Because Fuego Gawdz we're not out there like that. You know what I mean? I think we're like I like to say, like, you know what I mean? Like, we're like definitely top of the underground, but we're not out there like that. But for you to actually be on top of things like that, it shows us that you actually really, really living this shit. You're not just portraying, you know what I mean? You're not just doing this shit for clout or media.
I got you. Yeah, because I mean, there's people out there trying to get interviews and they have no idea who the artist that they're interviewing. And then sometimes they ask questions that if you were really listening to their music, you wouldn't be asking those questions.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Big fucking facts, B. Word up.
Yeah, man. And Wiz, it's funny that you mentioned what Che mentioned about going from carrying the crates and everything to that, because that's actually how most DJs started. That's how I started with my uncle. I was carrying the records and the speakers and all the other equipment first.
Yeah.
Come on now. That was our into DJing.
Right.
You know what I mean? It was like, yo, okay. You see somebody, you're like, yo, all right. You know what? Let me carry your crates. Let me just sit there and watch. And then you're just a sponge soaking in all that information. So then when it's your time, it's like, yo, I'm gonna kill this shit. I know what I'm doing.
Yep. Yeah.
But that shows like the origin of hip hop too, because like nowadays it's like a lot of people they're just like ushered in, grandfathered in, really. You know what I mean? Where it's like they don't really know, they didn't put in the time and the effort, the work, and studying, and that's why I felt compelled to say in the last track of the album, Gods Are Eternal, that we've been in this shit for years, B. You know what I'm saying? Like, niggas can't fuck with us. And I'm not talking about just rapping. It's like, if it's hip hop, we're talking about hip hop. You're not fucking with the Fuego Gawdz. We're gonna break dance. We're gonna fucking throw a piece up on the wall. We're gonna DJ, produce the track, and rap the shit out of it.
There you go. Yeah.
Word.
Am I lying, Che?
Nah, it's facts, bro. Facts. We got a lot of history, man. We got a lot of history. It's like Wiz the saying, like, it's always been like that. We've always been like that. I mean, we've always been low key. Like, we're low key dudes. It's just what it is. You know what I mean? We don't care about the limelight. We don't care about getting shots with famous people, getting that picture up. Like, I know me and Wiz are like that. We don't give a fuck about that shit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
We have our own stamp in this shit. We have our own history in this shit. You know what I'm saying? Whether you know or not, you know what I mean? That's a different story, whatever the case may be. But nonetheless, the stripes are there. Like we got, you know what I mean? B from the beginning. Like we've been in this shit from the fucking start. So that's just what it is.
Man. Mm. So you mentioned, you know, DJing came first.
Yeah.
What got you into the other elements?
For me, it was I was already into the culture before it was DJing. For me, actually, it was b-boy. I started off as a b-boy. You know what I mean? I was in a group called Supernaturals, Original Supernaturals in Toronto. And one of my brothers, Jedi, who is my mentor, I guess you could say, he brought me into this shit. He showed me everything. He and I formed the group, and then everybody else kind of joined after that. Wizdome is also low key Original Supernaturals as well. Yeah, man. Yeah,
give me some history right there.
Yeah, man.
And like Chase said, we bring, like I say we started with DJing, but yeah, we definitely started as b-boys because he was a b-boy and I was a b-boy when we met, and then it just built from there.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
When I met Shay, he was already DJing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
That was through my cousin. My cousin approached me and said, "Yo, I want to start a DJ group." And I said, and he's like, I'll buy the equipment, whatever. And he's like, and you choose the records. I'm like, perfect. You know what I mean? So that's how we started. And my cousin lived in the same neighborhood where Wiz lived at the time. And we just linked because of that. I don't know how that happened, but we just fucking met each other. And Wiz was like, oh, you DJ? Boom. We started hanging, and we just eventually started DJing together. It was a group called Barrio Sound, DJ crew. Yeah. Barrio Sound, and that's how it sparked, man. That's really how it sparked.
Yeah.
As far as the DJing, anyway.
That's like what, 96, about 96.
Yeah, around there.
95,
Yeah.
96, yeah.
Which also was Wisdom's brother included. That's Trax.
Yeah, and Trax is an artist he's actually of a generation of artists. I wouldn't even say before us, but they came out before us. So like IRS, Monolith Crew, Cardinal Official, IRS, YOK, and all those guys. And then there's Socrates, and Big Black Lincoln. So my brother was like affiliated. He was affiliated with Monolith, Cardinal Official, and Socrates. And so like, you know what I mean? Like, being affiliated, we were just there. You know? Flies on the wall, watching Cardinal record Old Time Killing. You know what I mean?
Man. That's dope.
Yeah.
You know, like I was saying in the intro, Toronto has, you know, so much history with music in general, not just hip hop, but just music. And the way it continues, you know, you gotta give respect to each generation that is capable of doing that, and also knowing the history that's coming from your hometown.
Yeah, well, I mean, Toronto definitely is a melting pot of cultures. It's I would say the most multicultural city in the world. You know what I mean? I've never seen another city that's more multicultural. You know, and you could see it in groups such as like Monolith or something like that. You know, my first single was with Mish Rocks. You know what I mean? And when people hear that song, they're like, "Yo, y'all are ill." And that's 3 different cultures in that one song, vibing over hip hop. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, and definitely, and it was hip hop that brought us all together in that one melting pot.
Dope. Now, Wiz, were you in the military?
No.
Okay, but
no.
You mentioned having that mindset in one of the tracks, so that's why I asked.
Well, like I mean, the way we were raised, was definitely militant because my pops was a Caribbean man, a Caribbean Jamaican man. So it was just
I get you.
definitely my way or no way. Do as I say, not as I do. It was very militant.
Got you. Now with the self-titled project that you dropped in 2019, was that your first official release as Fuego Gawdz?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. And actually, that came about because of Che. Che Uno was in a group, Los Poetas, and
Yep.
in one of the songs, he mentioned me, and at that time, I was not doing too much in the music industry. You know what I mean? And he said that to me, and he was like, "Yo, listen to this." And I said, "You know what, man? All right. I don't know why he did it. I never asked him why, but I'm like, all right, cool. I'm gonna go off that and be like, all right, cool. Let me because we've always been doing stuff. Audio sound. We started a DJ crew. Then we started a rap crew together. Mutations, right? You know what I'm saying? So we were always doing shit together, and it never really actually we put it out to the public. You know what I mean? So it was like, all right, you know what? This time we're gonna actually put it out to the public, and we're gonna rebrand ourselves, rename ourselves instead of it being the Mutations, because the Mutations was Shay, myself, and a producer, right? Right? And so now it's just us two. And for the first project, I did the beats on the first project. So it was like, yeah, man, we put that together because of Shay. Shay put the battery in my back, and I appreciate that. Salute.
Yeah. I mean, especially the fact that he produced the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember that discovery. Like, he just like started playing beats for me. I'm like, yo, this is fucking ill. And who did this shit? He's like, I think fuck out of here. Yeah, man. I can make these beats, yo. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? All right, well, so we're so the album's coming in. We're doing something.
Yeah.
It's happening. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Let's do something. Like, for fuck's sake, this is crazy. So that was the catalyst for like the first EP.
Yeah.
And
it was the catalyst for me to start producing for other artists too.
That's right. That's right. So set the tone, really.
Yeah.
I got you. Okay. Yeah, because let me talk my shit. That was the following year, 2020.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Because on our first project, A-Sun's the only artist featured on our first project.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So we decided to, even for this project, decide to keep the same aesthetics. And we're like, you know what? We'll only feature the same artist that was on our first one. You know what I mean? Keep it in-house, keep it in the family and shit.
It's only right.
Shout out to Acito.
Acito. Toma.
Yeah, man, and his new album, you know what I mean? Let me shamelessly plug his new album, Seven. Yeah, man. Ason Eastwood, if you haven't check that out, go peep that. You know what I'm saying? Ason Eastwood's new album, 7.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like I said, this man is on constant elevation, and he speaks his life in his music. And like I said before, there's always some jewels that you can learn and put into your life that'll better yourself.
Yeah, I feel like I try to do the same thing with my shit too as well. You know what I mean? I try to like drop jewels, knowledge, wisdom, understanding. You know what I mean?
I feel that what was the track on the Fuego Gawdz? Turks and Caicos.
Uh-huh.
That one right there. I think that one right there displays, what the two of y'all presenting.
Thank
That's
you.
my favorite. That's my favorite joint on that one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's definitely my favorite song on that. That's a weird back joint. I mean,
Yeah. Actually, that song, if you listen, you'll hear me and Che going back and forth and shit, right? Well, actually, that song was like, we were like, yo, Che's verse, he wrote what he wrote, and he was like, yo, I want you to say this. You know what I'm saying? And then my verse, it was
Okay.
like, yo, I wrote what I wrote, and I'm like, yo, I want you to say this within our shit. So it was like, that I'm glad you said that is the song that embodies the name Fuego Gawdz as a group. You know what I mean? Because I definitely thought so at that time, and we as a group we make efforts to actually do more of that type of shit where we're going back and forth like that.
That's dope.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You know, you're not gonna find too many people that are capable of doing that too.
Yep.
yeah.
And I find
Yeah.
I think like that right there is an homage to like us being and living hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, yo, like let's do it like how, like how Smith and Wesson would do it, or let's do it like how, like Das Effects would do it. Somewhere like where you wouldn't even know Mobb Deep would do it. You don't even know where. You know what I'm saying? Like there's some songs on the Infamous where I don't even know who's rapping. If it was like when it first came out, if it was Havoc or if it was Prodigy, the way they were just rapping back and forth, it was like, yo, that's sick. You know what I mean? So now that I get the chance to do it, I'm like, yo, I want to do it just like that.
Yeah.
Dope. I mean, being that you brought up Smith and Wesson, I gotta plug them real quick because the whole boot camp dropped a new track today and a music video. What
Shout
you
out the
couldn't.
General. That's my homie right there. The General Steel right there. That's the big homie right there. Shout out the General.
Now, where did the name Fuego Gawdz come from?
That's Che.
Yeah.
Che's a mastermind. I'm telling you. Che's a mastermind. I'm just that. This guy just put the battery in my back. You know what I mean? He said, "Yo, this is the group right here. All right, cool." I'm like, "What's the name of the group?" He said, "Fuego Gawdz." I said, "That's fucking perfect." Because to me, what it means to me is fuego. That's the fire. But that's Spanish side of things. The way he's saying it. You know what I mean? And the gods. If you know what I mean. If you know like the sevens, the gods, the earths. You know what I mean? So it's like, yo, we're the Fuego Gawdz. That's fire and earth, but that's also Spanish and nigga shit. You know what I'm saying? But it's still grimy. That's that dirt. You know what I'm saying? That's that under the underground shit. What does it mean to you, Jay?
Yeah. I mean, part of it is because, like my name, right, Raw Son, aka Raw Son. Raw Son comes from the sun on the flag from Argentina, right? That's part of has a lot to do with Inca beliefs and a lot of South American indigenous beliefs. Pretty much everywhere Latin America worship the sun. So that would be like the God that I would know. You know what I mean? So that ties in from our end and brings the fuego, supposed to fire God's fuego, just to flip it on that shit. And then the gods, meaning both Wizdome and I. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much it, really.
So tell us, a little bit about just y'all creating music together. How does that always come to be? How's that energy?
I've known Wiz, I don't know, man, a long time, bro. We came up together for something. So we've always just had that understanding. It's just natural. I mean, like we just know. And when it comes to the music, again, because we're both DJs, because we both know each other's shit. When it comes to creating, it's like supernatural. Like it just happens. You know what I mean? It's one of those things where it's just really organic. It's easy to do and shit. You know what I mean? we usually agree on the same beats anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
We have that same fucking vibe. He knows what I like.
Yeah. I was gonna
Like
say that. I know what Che likes. You know what I'm saying?
if
Che,
he has to grab beats from somebody, like for both of us, he'll know
Mhm.
what to listen to that I would like to. You know what I mean? That type of shit.
Yeah.
mhm. I think that the dynamics of Fuego Gods, like I have to like keep saying it. It's Che saying, okay, yo, this is what we're gonna do. Yo, Wiz, fucking focus, you fucker. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna do this and fucking do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, that's the fucking dynamic of Fuego Guys. Because it's Che saying, yo, buddy, get get off your fucking. You're all over the place. Focus. We're gonna do a fucking project. All right. It's either gonna be our beats or someone else's beats. If it's not gonna be our beats, all right, cool. Let's get beats from Ray. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So he definitely sets the tone. You know what I'm saying? And that's exactly why I even say what I'm saying at the first track, where I'm like, yo, if you're wondering what took the God so long, it's me. You know what I'm saying? I've been in the streets, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So Che is I would say, in my opinion, the catalyst behind Fuego Gods. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, yo, let's do this, and we're we'll either come up with a topic
Mhm.
or we'll write a verse and then we'll spit it to each other and be like, all right, does that work? If it doesn't work, all right, cool. Let's switch that, or you use that verse, I'll change my verse. You know what I'm saying? So it's yeah, it's very natural, and very rarely do we disagree on something. You know, so it's a natural process. But um, I would like to say that, you know, it's Che that's the
Mhm.
driving force behind Fuego Guys, straight up.
Yeah, I spearheaded the shit. I guess you could say. You know what I mean? Like I made sure that like I'm like, yo, we're making this happen. You know what I mean? I need to do this. Let's get on this and shit. And all together, just make sure that shit keeps happening. Man. 'Cause we got some good shit right from the start with the first EP, and I knew it. I mean, I knew it. So I was like, yo, once you hear this shit, it's gonna be dope. And I know it's we gotta make it happen. You know what I mean? That's just been
You know?
the way I do a lot of shit anyway. I orchestrate a lot of shit just in general. I'm
Mhm.
always on that shit, bro. So yeah, this was just one of those, and I thought it was extra special because it's me and Wiz, man. So,
Yeah.
classic shit.
Behind the scenes he's a fucking OG, straight up. You know what I mean? You know, in the front, people would probably, you know what I mean, think that I would have a lot more to do with it, but nah, I'm gonna keep it trill on here. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, nah, Che definitely would draw me down and be like, yo, let's fucking do this. Stop fucking around, because
Word up.
we've been had some shit. You know what I mean? And he's like, yo, buddy, like, yo, man, it's time. It's more than time now.
Mm. Now, Wiz, you didn't produce on the new project. You had the family of Vago and Finn do
Yes.
the production on there. So, being that the two of you said, when y'all go to listen to production from someone else, y'all already clicking and you know what y'all want to rhyme over. So, tell us why the decision to have the family do strictly the production on the new album.
Um,
Well, that's that. I'll say for me is because on some real shit is because I was sleeping on my own beats. You know what I mean? Like we have a Fuego Gods project that rhythm. I made the beats for the next project, but
Mhm.
I wasn't writing the rhymes. You know what I'm saying? So he's like, well, all right, if it will inspire you to write, hopefully, let's get beats from somebody else then.
Okay.
You know what I
yeah,
mean? So that you know what I'm saying? So that we actually do put out a project,
right.
right? And uh, Finn and Vago, both of them, they're a part of the family, right? So, like you said, so with that being said, it was easy. It was a natural progression for us to say, okay, you know what, let's, and it's two of us. Let's get two producers. You know, Che is very close with both Finn and Vago. You know what I mean? I know Vago, but I'm close with Finn as well. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
That's the whole. So, we both went to our respectable corners, grabbed the beats from each producer, and then came back together and said, all right, let's choose what we're gonna do, and so and so, so and so.
Yep, pretty much.
Do you mind if I play a portion of the first track, View from the Equinox? You choose what? All right.
Sure. Vago. Big
Yeah,
up Vago, yo.
shout out to Vago, shout out to Finn.
Shout out to
You know what I
Finn. Farah.
mean? Yeah, man.
Let me see. Oh, it didn't come up.
Old era music.
Technicians, right?
Let me see. Hold on a second. I had this problem before trying to get the video up. Hold on a second.
If you just put you're going on YouTube, right? If you just
Yeah,
put in,
that's why I was just going. Yeah,
if you just put in Fuego Gawdz.
I'll put the whole title in for it.
Oh, okay.
While I go look this up, give us a brief description of how the video came to be. You know, what was the direction and everything for it?
For views from the Equinox.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jay.
That was super spontaneous, I'd say, man. That was like super spontaneous.
That's a promo thing.
Yeah, we didn't really aim for that to be anything crazy, man. We just wanted some visuals to support the song. So we just came up with just got creative with it and did what we could, and just try to match at least the theme. You know what I mean? Like the vibe is like kind of nature type shit. You get a little vibe like that in the background. So we just trying to match that. Keep it super fuego and shit. You know what I mean? Running it down and all that. So something quick still. You know what I mean? The song is short too, so.
That was all filmed and edited by the Fuego Gawdz too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we
Like
just did that quick.
I'd like to think that, you know what I mean, like the group is very, self-sufficient. So, you know what I'm saying? Like we do it all, man. Like we've
Yeah,
done
we have to.
almost every aspect of this music shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So filming, marketing, promoting, all of that stuff. So Views from the Equinox is definitely just a promo video, something that Che and I put together on a whim, like he said, and like something just to actually just keep the fans engaged.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Instead of just putting up
picture.
an ad or something for the for the album. We're like, all right, let's put and it, me, and we filmed it on the whim. Same, like if you notice, like it's the same. We're wearing the same gear as in on the album cover and everything like that. So it was all like everything that we did was all done one time, all on a whim. You know what I mean?
Yeah, now I'm having a problem trying to find it again.
I have a question for you though. What's your favorite track on the EP?
I'm probably gonna say Gods Are Eternal and You've Been Advised.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Che,
That's my
like,
joint.
yeah. That's Che shit right there, you know?
Which one? You been advised?
Yeah, man, that's my joint, bro.
Okay.
That's my shit.
That's Che shit.
I love
I
that
don't
beat,
know.
yo. That beat's crazy to me.
I fuck with views, and different league. Those two are my favorite.
Okay.
Those two are my favorite.
So would you say this is like you said Che put the battery in your back, but would you say this project is like a precursor to you just going all in?
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I don't know if you could tell, but you could. I think you could hear the hunger
That's
in
all.
where I'm
That's
at.
what I asked. Yeah.
Yeah, man. You know what I mean? Like, I definitely got something to say. I definitely, and I want people to I want my name to be synonymous in it when you're saying certain things about hip hop, and when you're mentioning certain names within the area. If you're saying Toronto, you know what I mean? I want you to say Fuego Gawdz. I want you to say Che Uno. I want you to be able to say Wizdome Bunitall. You know what I mean? So definitely, yeah. It's my coming out party. It's like Fife on the Tribe second album. You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
Yeah. It's like Fife on Tribe's second album where you know you're like, oh shit, okay. Here's the emergence of Fife right here. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
On Low End Theory. That was the album. Low End Theory.
Yeah. I'm gonna have
Yeah,
to hold video. I'm still having problems. I don't know why. Trying to find it. I put everything in proper. Um. Aside from that video, you got a new video coming out.
We got plans for a new video coming. Yeah, we still putting that together, but yeah, definitely. There's gonna be a joint. We're gonna do a video with Manolo, Third Eye, my bro. Crazy shit.
yeah. And God willing, you know what I'm saying? We'll do a next video with Finn. Get Finn to do one of our next videos actually too, you know. I would like to do a video for different league. You know what I'm saying? Get Ace, you know what I mean? In a video too, but yeah.
That'd be dope.
Shout out Manolo, Third Eye. You know what I mean? We're gonna do a video for that. You know, God willing, we do a video for Salud, and then we'll get a video done for different league, hopefully. So
Mm.
yeah, inshallah.
I got an idea for that one. I feel like,
I know you do. Yeah, you were saying that. So yeah,
yeah,
let's talk about that.
For which one?
different league
Oh,
with,
okay.
with Ace.
So what production? I mean, I'm sorry. What production equipment do you favor?
Well, I use a computer right now.
Mhm.
I have there's MPC, there's Triton keyboard. You know what I mean? But right now because of like the space I'm in and shit, I just use a computer. You
Okay.
know, um, the system I'm using right now, you know, just to be candid, is FL. I'm doing beats on FL right now. Actually, to tell the truth, um, most of, if not all, the beats that I did for Let Me Talk My Shit
Hmm.
was on GarageBand.
Okay.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
Now, being that we have two DJs here, are we going to hear some scratches on any upcoming projects?
If anybody, that'd be Wiz. But I'm not even able to do that shit right now. No way. But Wiz should be able to still do that.
Yeah. You know what? We will. There will be definitely on I was thinking of scratching on the Six Moon beach, eh?
Oh yeah.
Making it old school. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah, I definitely have some ideas to showcase a lot of my skills on the next project. You know what I mean? It will be production, scratching, rapping. You know what I mean? The videos you'll see. You know what I mean? It'll be directed by Che and myself. You know. We're on some we're on some Wu-Tang shit. You know what I'm saying?
Got you. Speaking of Wu-Tang, y'all just had Ghostface perform up there in ASON.
Yep.
Yes, we did.
Yep.
It was a crazy show, legendary night. Sold out event. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was pretty cool, man.
Yeah, shout out to Lord Fury,
Lord Fury for sure.
Merciless, and Ason Eastwood, and the rest of the Supreme Jeans collaborative for that.
Bang bang.
Yeah. Because they put that show together within a month. You know what I mean? So it was crunch time from the beginning for them, and it was a successful show. You know what I mean? We pulled it off, and shout outs and kudos to those guys, Lord Fury and Ason Eastwood and DJ Merciless.
Lord Juco was there too. Shout out Lord Juco.
Lord Juco performed. Ashton Francis performed.
Ashton was there too. Yeah.
So
I missed it. I got there right after they performed. I missed it, man.
Ace killed it. He killed it. Ace did his thing. You know what I mean? Like it was like his. This was like his first show where it's like, let's bring out. Let me bring out my guests and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Where he had enough. You know what I mean? Enough clout and carte blanche. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Word.
It was wicked. It was a legendary night. Ghost brought out Trife. You know what I mean? From Theodore.
Unit, yeah.
Brought out Trife from Theodore. He also brought out
Sheik.
From Sheik from Locks, and they did some Wu Block shit. They did Sheik did some LOS shit. It was crazy. It was a crazy night. You know what I mean? It was vibes. And DJ Technician was the DJ for them, so you already know.
Yeah.
The vibe was set proper from Tech was on the wheels of steel.
Merciless was doing the cuts, was spinning for a while too.
Yeah, Merciless was the only DJ spinning for the night.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Merciless dropped that dope album too. That the Buffalo Rap Jazz joint.
Yeah. It's crazy. He had some crazy features on that album too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think that's a slept on project.
Word.
They should have got some more traffic for sure. For sure.
Word.
They should have.
Yeah.
I got let me see. You mentioned Cornell Fisher. I think DJ Eclipse was one of the first to break him down here in New York on underground radio. And I mean, I listened. That was my thing, listening to all the underground radio shows for hip hop. And even now, I still try and stay in tune with what's out there, because there's plenty of dope shows out there. But this was one of the first ones. The joint Your Ghetto.
Yeah. Hustling.
Oh shit.
Mike
Mhm.
Thugs. Ghetto. Yeah. Yeah, ghetto.
Yep.
Definitely.
Who
That,
produced that
that
one?
that's Cardi.
Cardi, right?
Your ghetto joint.
I think that was.
Oh, that was Big Sock Socrates.
Oh,
Oh, Socks.
Socrates.
Socks
Oh
did
Yeah.
the
shit.
ghetto.
Yep.
Okay.
Cardi did Hustling. Who did Hustling?
Hustling was that was Cardinal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. See, and that's what we learn from. You know what I mean? Where it's like, if you're seeing Cardinal, like I'm coming up seeing Socrates and Cardinal rapping, and they're producing their own shit. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? So it's like, and then I see my brother Tracks with IRS from Monolith. They were producing their own shit. You know what I mean? So that's embedded in my head. You know what I mean? And like I've been in the music industry, for a while, so it's like I already know the dynamics of music and all that stuff. I think I like to know what people hear because I'm a DJ. Like you said,
Hmm.
DJs know the crowd. So it's like, all right, I can do this. You know what I mean? I can put this together. I can chop this up, and I know what drums I want to hear, and I know what drums Che wants to rap over. So fuck it, let's do it. You know what I mean? And then it got to a point where even producers that we know were like, "Yo, so who made this beat?" And I'm like, "It's me." And I'm like, "They're like, holy shit! All right, cool." So that's when I knew I had something. You know?
What's one of the earliest hip hop artists from Toronto that you remember coming up?
You know, everyone Maestro. You know what I mean? But
Okay.
like I used to like HDV. There's a rapper named HDV. And he was the pimp on the microphone.
Okay.
Microphone.
I have to check.
HDV, the pimp on the microphone.
Some old school shit.
Yeah. What about you, Che?
That's some original Toronto shit for sure. HTV. For me was like I liked. So we like all these records that all these dudes would be putting out in Toronto and shit, and like what I mean, the whole movement that was going on at the time. We would be playing these records, right? Like when I was on the radio show, I would play all these fucking records. Like I was like, you know, I was trying to play all the records that I knew were the illest in Toronto that maybe not many people were aware about. So
Hmm.
as having that platform on the radio, I played all these records. And I love this shit. I live for this shit. So uh, I always looked for the hidden gems, and that was my shit. I just kept digging for the illest dudes that I could find in the fucking city. So there's a lot of dudes, man. There's a lot of dudes, and I remember so many artists that what I mean, where I was like, this guy's fucking disgusting, and then you don't really see them anymore. So for me, I don't know, man. It's real. I have to say for sure, YOK. I have to say YOK for sure is somebody that I always thought was probably the best MC in Toronto for a long time. I still do, to be honest. Like overall, just as an artist, to me, he's crazy. And he's a friend, so
Yeah. He's actually from the same neighborhood that I met Che in. You know what I mean? That we grew up in and shit.
yeah, that's monolith, man. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
That's family for us, man. We came
Yeah.
up with them shit. So.
Yeah.
YO was my favorite, always my favorite.
Why? Okay. But like, okay, but question though, like, who were like the first artists that you heard from Toronto?
Dream Warriors,
Dream Warriors. Okay, yeah.
like early, right? When I
Michi
like
Me. Yeah, Michi Me.
Mishi Me for sure.
That's one of the earliest that I know of. Yeah.
For sure. Maestro, like Wiz said, of course, you gotta say Maestro. Like Maestro,
You
was
have
Hmm.
to say
fucking hero, right? Like he was our Big Daddy
Maestro.
Kane. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yes.
Mm.
I was gonna say that's
Uh,
what I was gonna say. Maestro was like our fucking
Your Big Daddy Kane.
God.
Straight up.
Yeah, he was our
Great.
rock
Great.
king, Daddy King. Yeah. Yeah, Mitchie Me was like is like our Queen Latifah. You know what I mean?
I'm thinking, yeah, exactly.
She's
I'm
even in the
thinking,
fucking Ladies First video.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
that's
So
right.
even back then when we were just like, holy, that's crazy. Like Mitchie Me's and you know what I mean? Then
Yeah, that's got to
Maestro's
be big.
doing songs with BITC and shit, and we're like,
Yeah,
yo, what the fuck? This is crazy.
yeah,
Yo, it's actually, yo, we could actually do this. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I didn't see Cardinal do it, and Cardinal's getting played by, you know what I mean? The American DJs and
Yeah,
hooking up
Toronto.
with,
Toronto had that connection early with
yeah,
with New York, where everything was going on.
yeah.
yep, 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 yep. We were tapped in. We were tapped in. So it was
Hmm.
like from the '80s, the late '80s, early '90s. I would have said we were like a small New York, small New York City, Toronto.
What is, how would I say this? Jay puts the battery in your back, but coming up, who was that person that people might not know about that put the battery in the back for both of you? Like this is like a question for both of you to keep keep it going.
For me, nobody. It's me.
Mm.
I would say my brother. It would be Tracks. You know what I mean? Because what I seen him do, like for me, yeah, it was my brother. It was my older brother, Tracks. You know what I mean? And he definitely was when it came to this music shit, pushing me to say, all right, because we could do this. He was actually signed to a major label, you know what I mean, Universal Records,
Mm.
and that pushed me to say, okay, you know what? Let me get in the building. Let me start working for the company because in my eyes, I was like, nobody's gonna push your album better than your brother. You know what I mean? So when you go in that building, my nigga, bring me. Let me do my thing when I get in there and shit like that. So, my brother Trax would bring me into the building when he has meetings or whatever, and I would just leave and just go in the building and just start moving around and start figuring out what's going on. And eventually I got a job in the building, you know, started
Mm.
working for the record label I worked at Universal for 8 years. 8 years. You know what I mean? I'd say 10 because I was getting paid for 2 of the years, or a year. For about a year, I wasn't getting paid. So about
Okay.
9 years.
And around what time was it when your brother was signed with them?
2003.
Okay. Mm.
2003. Around the time like Eminem dropped, um, just after 50 Cent dropped Get Rich or Die Trying, 2002. You know what I mean? 2002. So I started working around 2003.
Wow. So Universal's definitely been involved in Canada for quite some time. Because if I remember correctly, not last year, but maybe 2 years ago, I know Cardinal continued to move up, and I think he's like the senior VP of A&R or something like that with Universal.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he still is, but
Mhm.
he had that position for a while. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
That's
yeah. That's
interesting.
that's actually good. You know what I mean? Like he's like becoming like the Jay-Z of Toronto. You know what I'm saying? Or he's like rapping now you're an executive. That's cool.
Hmm. And still influencing younger MCs because of that old time killing challenge that just recently went on.
Smart. That was smart. Yeah, that was good, man. and shout out to him. You know what I'm saying? Because that still keeps the legacy of everybody who's on that track, and actually YOK is on the track, like Che Uno's favorite artist from Toronto. You know what I'm saying? So, shout out to everybody that's on that track. YOK, Julie Black, um, Grassroots produced the track. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to the Grassroots, and they're ill producers from Toronto. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy.
Yeah. Who else is from? Yeah, Grassroots was crazy. You know what I'm saying? So if anyone's like looking for the history of Toronto, you know what I'm saying? Make sure you also look up the Grassroots.
Oh yeah,
Grassroots. All right.
definitely.
One thing I definitely noticed about Toronto is MC producers. There's a lot of y'all up there. You know, in the same vein as Large Professor, Pete Rock, J Live. You know, y'all are, those MC producers are dope. You know, and it seems to go hand in hand almost all the time when I find out. You know, that this MC is also a producer, and then you come to find out, like, not exact Socrates. You know, for example.
Yeah.
Amazing. He was one of my favorite artists to come out of Toronto for sure. Socks, amazing, amazing. Destroyed his records on the radio. I played everything that he did. I love this shit, bro. Like heavy rotation on the radio.
What's your favorite Sox track?
Favorite Sox track? Oh shit. Damn. Fuck. That's hard, B. What is it? Just that B side. You get touched.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right.
That's my favorite joint.
You get touched.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember.
You get touched. That's a very underground track.
That one, or there's one more that I really fucking love. It's off of the Underground Tapes. Forget the name of it. Hold on, I'll look it up right now. But yeah, Socks. I pretty much played everything. Even like later down when he was still putting out shit down the road. Some of his stuff was still crazy, dude.
Yeah,
super
crazy.
Super.
And he the recent stuff that he was dropping, it was real slick. Like here's a new project, and it was dope.
Yo, he did a project. He put a group together, a super group together. It's called Big Black Lincoln. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that.
You ever heard of that?
Say that again.
Big Black Lincoln.
Yeah.
So he put a super group together, and my brother is in that group.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So with actually when they started working together, he had like an album called Bad Addiction done. And the song Bad Addiction for me is my favorite Socrates track that I've ever heard. I don't know if people have heard it, but it's definitely, you know what I mean? When I heard that, I was like, yo, this man is talented beyond belief. And he writes R&B tracks, he writes hip hop, he produces all that shit. So, you know, and that's like my big bro, you know what I mean? So I have to follow suit. RZA is my favorite Wu-Tang member. You know what I mean? And not because of his raps, but because of the fact that he rapped and produced and masterminded this shit. You know what I'm saying? So for me, that was like, all right, cool. You know, I have to give it up for that.
Perfect word, mastermind. Like one of Socrates' more the recent projects. I think it was a track on season 2. It was not Fever. It was something else. I'm trying to remember. Iceberg.
Yeah.
It was a track called Iceberg. That's one of his top tracks for me.
Okay. Okay. Crazy. Crazy. Crazy.
I didn't hear that. I haven't. To season 2, I didn't really listen to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Huh? Yo,
I can't call it.
take a listen. Take a listen. Take a listen.
Fine Line was the joint I was thinking. Off the
Fine.
Underground tape. That's my
Uh,
joint.
It's
Yeah,
crazy.
the
I
other
might
one.
gonna
The
have
other
to go
one's
back and
Schizo.
listen to that one again.
Oh yeah.
I like to play this remix too. Play
Which
Mm-hmm.
one?
this. Play
Played
this.
it.
Oh yeah. Play this remix. Yep.
Remix. Remix for that.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, man.
You know.
Socks at the time. Socks got some crazy features. B. Helter
Mm-hmm.
Skelter. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
crazy shit. B.
I was gonna say, when the two of you are working together, give us like a little glimpse of how that whole session is, because I mean y'all known each other for so long, and you said how easily y'all click, and you know what each other likes. So how easy was it to put the new project together?
I was just waiting for Wiz to finish this shit. Really.
Yeah. Okay. Like, no, man. No. Don't say it like that, man. Don't say it like that. Nah, man.
Yeah.
This one actually came about pretty fucking quick from when we got the beats, and then you know what I mean. Between the turnover from getting the beats to actually finishing it, this one was pretty quick. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
It actually went. We did it pretty quickly for real. Yeah.
Yeah. So I gathered up beats. I got the beats from Phil,
Mm-hmm.
and you got the beats from Vago, and some of the tracks, I wrote my verse first, and he was like, "All right, cool. Let me write pertaining to what you wrote." You know what I mean? And some of the other tracks, like let's say Salute. You know what I mean? Like Che was like, "All right, this is my verse,
Mm-hmm.
and this is this is the chorus right here." You know what I'm saying? With Avatar bitches, you know what I mean? Che was like, "All right, this is my verse, but here's like open spaces, and here's what I want to say in the chorus. Whatever you want to say in the chorus, you say that." You know what I'm saying? So it was like, for me, there were like, for those two tracks, there was a skeleton where I was like, all right, cool. I could work within that. You know what I mean? But the other tracks, it was just, it was just like, all right, let's just spit some shit, some hot shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And the chorus for um, um, "You've Been Advised," that shit we came up with like right on the spot. It was like, this is what I think I should say on it, and he was like, all right, this is what I'm gonna say on it. Boom. It was like, all right, cool, that actually works. You know what I mean? Whereas like our ideas clicked. You know what I mean? It seemed like we wrote it right there on the spot. But I said, this is what I think we should say, and he's like, this is what I think we should say. And I'm like, all right, let's put that shit together, man.
Mm.
Fuck it.
That's usually how we do it anyway. So
Yeah, yeah.
Now I know Che is heavily into football. So what sports Wiz are you into?
Basketball. Heavy into basketball. So that's my favorite shit out there. My favorite team is the Lakers because of my dad. That was my dad's favorite team. So from like the '80s, I like the Lakers. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
You know, my favorite, one of like when I was really a Lakers fan was like Nick Van Exel. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Those that era right there when I was really like come on guys, win, please. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But other than that, I fuck with all sports really, but you know,
Okay.
boxing too. I really like boxing as well.
Yeah, I've been trying to get back into watching more boxing recently.
Yeah, man, it's actually exciting again. It's actually exciting again.
Yeah,
Yeah, basketball, boxing.
I'm also big on billiards because my father got me into that. So I used to play in tournaments when in my early 20s, and then also when I was in college too.
Say word. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So you was making money. You're a shark.
Nah, I'm not. I'm no shark.
You're one of those guys. I didn't like you. I didn't like you in college. You was kicking my ass. I was trying to skip class and you was kicking my ass. You know what I'm saying? Pause. You know what I'm saying?
You on some Paul Newman shit, B?
Yeah. Black Widow. I seen the 30 for 30. That
Color
Black
of
uh,
Widow.
color of money. The color of money.
yeah.
Nice shit. So, were you good?
I can hold my own.
Nice.
I'm telling you, homie was a shark, B. Yo, you're not hearing me, dog. He was a shark. He said, "Bring out Lucille." You remember?
Yeah,
Phil Banks. Phil Banks.
Yeah. Philip Banks. Yeah, man. He said, "Yo, bring out Lucille. Bring out Lucille. What do you think this is? B? We're
Oh,
doubling up."
shit.
You know what I mean? That's what he was. He was the shark. I see it. I see it now. I met him in person. Now I actually see. You know what I'm saying? But when he said that, I was like, you know what? That's exactly what he is. He's the smooth killer right there.
Lucille. Yeah, shit.
that was a funny episode too.
Yeah, man. Yep.
So, Wiz, when you came to New York, how often have you been there before that time?
My cousin lives in New York. Shout
Uh,
out Simone Williams, you know. So yeah, I would go over there to go check her. You know what I mean? I got peoples in New Jersey as well, you know. So yeah, I've been to New York a few times, you know. So and I'll be back, you know what I mean? And I'll be back. So we're definitely gonna connect when I reach out there.
definitely.
Yeah, 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 man.
Jay, have you been down there?
New York, I've only been once. It was a long time ago. It was mad young.
Hmm.
And I also went to Boston.
Okay.
But that's the only time I've never gone back to New York. So I definitely overdue. Definitely overdue.
Yep.
Yeah, man. I've been to Chicago when I was doing some shows with Los Poetas. We went to Chicago a few times. That was dope. Chicago's crazy.
Yo, and the love out there with that, it was beautiful, man.
Yeah. They did that shit.
Yeah, there's some camaraderie going on in New York right now that I like to see, you know,
Mhm.
within our genre,
Say that again.
within our genre of music. You know what I'm saying? Within
Oh yeah,
our
yeah.
hip hop. Saying the camaraderie is beautiful.
Yeah. I love that. We don't get to do that. Witness that, have that energy too often like that, and
Yeah,
it's not highly publicized too. So
yeah.
everybody assumes oh, it's a hip hop show. There's gonna be something bad going on. Nah, loved every part of that. We
Yeah,
got fans, supporters, just hanging out in the street with the artists, the producers, the DJs. They're going back in, seeing people performing. You got the vendor tables of the artists and the producers and the DJs. It was a whole chill vibe the whole time.
For sure. Yeah, and actually getting to meet everybody that, you know what I'm saying, that you see online and shit is a beautiful thing too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The fact that, they can connect physically, you know what I mean? It's like, yo, all right, cool. Now that we actually see each other, you know what I'm saying, in the flesh, you know that it's legit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta get out there, man. Definitely. Even recently, there's been some shows. That last show with SDNAC and like Ubu the Prince and like a whole bunch of other. But Danielson was on that one too. Crazy beat. Like I think it was San Diego. Was that San Diego? I think maybe.
I think so.
Yeah, that would have been crazy to go to, man. Like so many shows happening.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta get out there
too. I think if it's not this month, I think next month. I think SDNAC's supposed to be up in the Bronx again with a few people.
Oh, it were. Yeah, his show down here in Toronto was crazy. That was fucking crazy, man. Dudes were fucking losing their minds on that shit, man. That was dope.
Yeah, much respect to, I feel that he's finally getting his proper due. I came up listening to Tragic Allies, so I already knew about ST, Purpose, Confidence, Paranorm. What's the other guy?
Conan.
Conan, that's right. Yep. Yeah, man. Definitely respect on, what he's doing right now. And what was I gonna say? I lost what I was about to say about that. No, just overall, a lot of the artists that are doing their thing, including y'all. I mean, we're not the younger generation, but look at the respect and look at how people are supporting and sharing your music.
Word.
Yeah.
Word.
Yeah. Shout out to supporters, there's definitely a market out here for that stuff. I was telling somebody telling Big C at Universal, you know what I mean? I'm like, yo, there's a market out here for this shit, how could it coincide with let me ask you, how could it coincide with major labels, or does it even work with major labels, what we're doing here?
You mean as far as what the major labels are doing with what?
Yeah, what the major labels are doing and what we're doing. Like, can major labels work with what we're doing here? Because it's mostly based off independent shit, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, I was having a conversation and we're talking like, and I'm gonna ask you, like, can this shit work with major labels?
I would say yes and no. More so, major labels, their push comes with a lot of expectations, and they're gonna put it right up front, right there, for what they expect for you to do, and you got to come through. And a lot of artists, and this comes with today's technology, they could do so much on their own. I mean, you could have your own website. You could find people that to go and do all your recording, or do it yourself. Everything is there for you to be able to do that. The major labels were doing with us back then, and just expecting, like I said, everything up front. Yeah, they're gonna give you that money there, but you gotta come through. And I think that's the beauty of why the independence right now is flourishing so much, because we're able to do so much on our own. We
Yeah.
really don't need y'all. And if you do want to mess with the labels, I think the best thing to do is have them distribute. Take advantage of what they are, that entity, and just let them distribute your music.
Yeah, exactly. Basically, sign as like a label.
Mm-hmm.
Do what you're doing, but then have them have that extra push on top of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. What do you think, Jay?
I mean, that's exactly what I would have it by. Is whatever I have is just my control artistically, and I just need somebody to be able to back it for everything else on all the platforms and whatever is necessary. You know what I mean? You don't. I just make the music and you put it out.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I need you for. I don't need you to tell me what to do or suggest anything at all artistically. I don't want anything of that type of input. You know what I mean? I create
So,
the shit and you support the shit.
so there's no big return on their investment. There's no investment for them to have a big return on.
Yeah, I mean, whatever needs to be worked out, fine. But that's the only kind of idea that I would have as a deal that would make sense for me.
Yeah.
Especially that the fact that at this point I've been doing everything myself. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So the lack of money is always something that just can be something that is provided by whoever the fuck it is that you end up able to get connected with or whatever the hell happens. You know what I'm saying? But if that is what occurs, then that's the only thing I would want to use them for, because you already know how it is. What I'm
Yeah.
saying, like, I have my own mind state. I create music that I want to hear, and it's really selective a lot of the time. So I don't really want anybody's input because I won't fucking care about it. Like, it's not gonna mean anything to me. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's obviously I'm talking about from label standpoint
Yeah.
or somebody there.
Yeah.
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 And then to kind of, which goes with that, physicals, physicals when it comes to vinyl, continuously selling. Now I see cassettes are back on the rise, and these major labels, that they're trying to get that stronghold. So that's I give a big shout out to DJ Muggs and Flea Lord, who are the two that I know that got their own pressing machine and
Mm,
started doing their own shit.
It's
mhm,
crazy.
mhm,
That's crazy. Get your hands on one of those shits.
Mm-hmm.
For real.
Might as well, right? If this is what you know what I mean? If this is what it is, this is what you're gonna do, and you're actually making a living off this shit, you might as well invest
Yeah.
into it if you're being independent. You know what I mean? Like actually, like you said, be in house with everything. You know what I mean? So you're not going nowhere for nothing. And then you can actually turn around and start your own company doing that shit too now.
Right. Yep.
You know
Yep.
what I mean? So you're another portal for this shit.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. At that point, you're the spot. You know what I mean? You become the
Mm-hmm.
spot at that point.
Yep.
You're the plug. I'm not talking about a regular plug. I'm talking about like that. You're like the plug that you plug your fucking stove in. You know what I'm saying? That big ass plug. You know what I
Mm.
mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like the generator plug.
Any person that hears the new project, Fuego Proof Pockets, say they're someone that has no idea that Fuego Gawdz consists of Wizdome Bunitall and Che Uno, and they first hear this, what's one of the tracks that you would want them to hear first?
Wiz, you go
But
first.
um, what's one of the tracks that I'd want them to hear first? The first track on the album. I think that's why it's the first track on the album. You know what I mean? It's a good introduction as to like
Mm-hmm.
what it is. You know what I mean? What we do and our dynamic. You know what I mean? It explains a lot. You know what I mean? If you're listening to what Shay says, everything. You know what I mean? But also, I would also say Gods Are Eternal, the first and the last track on the album. Go ahead, Jay.
So those are the exact two ones I was just thinking. The exact two ones. The beginning one and the last one.
Yeah, Rick, me? I don't know, man.
See, y'all
Yeah,
clicking.
Yeah.
I'm saying, like, because that's exactly what I was thinking. Like the intro, the first joint, pretty much lets you know what time it is for the project, and then the last one lets you know what the fucking time it is when we out of here. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
exactly.
yeah, man, those two for sure. Those two for sure. My favorite joint is You've Been Advised. Though.
Mm. Yeah, man. Mm.
I think Chase spitting his best too on this album too. You know what I mean? No diss to any of his other projects, but I think this is his best shit too. You know what I'm saying? As much, you know.
Yeah, man, I like doing this project a lot. The beats were dope to me. I really got into like the vibes of a lot of so and I wanted to get Vago for sure on this one. But when we came up with this idea, I was like, it's got to be at least Vago, like, at least some beats from Vago. So when we ended up splitting it 3-3, I was like, okay, 3 Vago, 3 Finn, and then that was it. It just was fire.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Kings of the Underground, beat.
Yeah, some raw shit, man, for sure.
Definitely is. And it's also smooth too, because the second track, Salute, that was a smooth track right there.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, the vibe for this is not really, I guess you can say, your typical Fuego Gawdz vibe. You know what I mean? That was kind of the idea for this one. This is like more of an interlude project for the official second Fuego Gawdz record. So
and the vibe of that album is not gonna be the vibe of this one.
right, exactly.
Okay.
It's not.
So there's a lot of smooth beats on the Fuego Proof podcast shit. There's a lot of smooth beats on that one, actually, man. The majority of them, I would say.
Yeah, even Finn's beats. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Still, it feels kind of smoked out. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Different League is a nice vibe. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to kill anybody when I listen to that song or something. You know what I mean? Like, it chills you out.
Yeah.
Same with Salute. Salute is also a real like, godly track, man. It's a reflectional joint. You know what I mean? And the vibe is dope. That beat sends you in a little journey there. So,
Yep.
I love that one, bro. That beat is crazy. We went off on that one, I'd say for sure.
Yeah, and the thing is, even though, like I said, Salud is a smooth track, but when you listen to your deliveries, certain tracks it's gritty, even though the production has a certain constant flow to it.
Right. That contrast, yeah, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think that regardless of what kind of beat we flow on, our content is going to be Fuego Gawdz content. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So that was the stark difference between this album and the last project is it was a lot more calm. It was a lot more laid back, and it was intentionally made that way because the next project is not going to be calm and laid back. It's boom bap and gritty, grimy, dirty. You know what I mean? And it's gonna sound like it's gonna sound like we didn't even mix it properly, type gritty, grimy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, looking forward to that shit, man. We got beats gathered right now. You know what I mean? A couple ideas here and there, but yeah, that one's coming together real quick too,
Dope, dope, dope. And with this project and the next project, any possibilities of some physicals?
though. I hope so, man.
No, the next project that we do, definitely gonna have physicals, and the next project, it might even be the trilogy of all three projects in physicals. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. We do, because right now we're doing EPs. You know what I'm saying? Just to build up the the brand Fuego Gawdz. You know what I mean? So once we, I think that hopefully by the third EP, you know what I mean? We have a following where it's like, yo, all right, cool. This is our project, and this is the past projects all bundled up in one. You know what I mean? Or at least the first and the second, and first and the third project bundled up in one.
Yeah.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Part 1 and 2, basically.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
So aside from Fuego Gawdz, what else are y'all cooking up?
I got a few projects coming shortly. Me and Vago are finishing Nueva Ola 2. That's like almost done. We got like a couple of tracks left, bro, and that's ready to go. I got Quarter Inch Kings project coming, new project with them.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty much all recorded.
Dope.
Yeah. It's a little EP. You know what I mean? 6 joints. And the Chico Criollo with Kingdom Come Part 2. That's coming. Dios Sucio. That's coming, man. That's coming. That's gonna be heavy, man. That one's gonna be crazy, actually. So I got a bunch of shit. Supreme Villains 2 coming too. You got that in the works. Yeah, that's gonna be crazy. Yeah, I got a lot of stuff.
Shay's working.
Mhm.
Always.
I have my solo shit. I'm working on my solo project. I'm also working on Let Me Talk My Shit Part 2 with
Oh, yeah.
Eastwood. That shit is almost done. You know what I mean? Like that shit is crazy. You know what I mean? So with that being said, my solo shit, I have a few tracks with a couple of artists that are known and shit. I don't really want to say too much right now about it, but
Understood.
I'll be able to like show and prove within the next couple of months. You know what I'm saying? You'll see Wizdome Bunitall as a solo artist a lot more, and Let Me Talk My Shit Part 2 is coming out just now. You know what I'm saying? And I also got production on other people's projects coming up, but I'm not sure when they're gonna drop it, so I'm not gonna like mention it right now. You know what I mean? But production-wise, I'm working with a lot of people, and as an artist, as a rapper myself, I'm working on my solo shit.
Dope. Man. So who is some? Go ahead. What were you gonna say, Jay?
The Heat Merchant shit's coming too. I forgot to tell you with Wandelero.
Oh man.
That's the follow up. That's the follow up for the Fuego and High shit.
Hi.
Yeah.
Another project. People
that's done. It's done. It's coming out.
Dope. Shout out High Heat.
Yeah.
Word up.
High Heat.
Big up all the man them.
Yeah, man. Shout out all the men, yeah. Shout out all the men from Toronto. You know what I'm saying? That's doing their thing.
Word up. It's a lot of shit, bro. We got some like heavy duty shit coming out of this city, man. You know what I mean? In this genre, I guess you could say like that we do. You know what I mean? Which is it's just hip hop. To me, it's just hip hop. It's the illest hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Like if you know type shit. That's just what it is, bro. And we got the illest shit, man. Like we got some crazy dudes over here, B. You know what I mean? So love the fact that I'm just be able to contribute to it. You know what I mean? Still at the age that I'm at. You know what I'm saying? Still being able to be active, siempre activo en esta mierda, bro. You know what I mean? So,
Yep.
mad love.
No age limit. I don't care what anybody says.
Oh, yeah.
Straight up.
It's all
Ain't
talent.
no age limit.
Yep.
Straight up.
My boys that like I started actually writing rhymes with this shit. They're looking at me right now and they're like, "Yo, bro, you can't believe you're still doing it." You know what I mean? Like, yo, I'm like, bro, come on, man. You know what I mean? If you're good, why not showcase your talent? You know what I'm saying? And I'm listening to some of these niggas out here, and I'm like, yo, I can fucking do this. You know what I'm saying? And I'm better than some of these niggas out here. Straight up. Fuego.
There you go. Last question for y'all. Who is somebody that you haven't worked with that you want to work with?
Anything? Anyone?
Yeah, anybody.
Slick Rick.
Ooh.
That's if that would be possible, Slick Rick. He's top 3, man. He's my top 3.
For me, it's RZA. I can work with RZA. I'm good. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
Yeah.
For sure. For sure.
Yeah.
RZA did a joint with Slick Rick.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, bro, that would be crazy.
No, they did. They have a song together.
Yeah?
You never heard the joint with Slick Rick and RZA?
Nah, I don't think so.
What's it called? Fucking Sun.
Oh, you talking about the Ghostface, the Sun joint?
Oh, is it Ghost? I thought it was RZA. Is it Ghost?
It's Ghost, yeah. It is a Ghost.
Yeah, it was Ghostface joint. Yeah, it was one of those unreleased joints.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Sun, Slick Rick, Ray, and RZA.
Yep.
That's what it was.
Fire joint, yeah.
Yeah, RZA. I think RZA. That's great, man. Yeah, man. Shout out to you. Shout out to your whole crew. You know what I'm saying? Thank you guys for giving us a platform to actually talk about our shit. You know what I'm saying? And discuss the album Fuego Proof Pockets. That's out right now on all DSPs, YouTube, anywhere that you can get music, you can find it. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all, please, check out Fuego Gawdz, and that's GAWDZ or DZ, however you want to say it. You know what I mean? But it's the gods. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Che Uno and Wizdome Bunitall.
Fuego.
Just threw the project in the comments real quick for those that tune in. Like you said, it's on all DSPs, but I threw up the Spotify and the Apple Music for them right now.
Yeah, word. Respect.
Fuego Gawdz, Che Uno, Wizdome Bunitall, T-Dot. You don't hear that too often anymore.
Straight up, man.
I appreciate you taking that time, man. And again, dope music coming out, continuously putting dope music on, and I appreciate you letting me know the history of the two of you, because even I didn't know how far back it went.
Yeah.
Thank you, brother. I really appreciate always the support and the love, man, from the get, man. So always a pleasure, man. Bless up.
Yeah, man.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Yeah, man. For real, for real. You know what I'm saying? We wouldn't be anybody without motherfuckers like you. You know what I'm saying? So salute.
Word up.
Respecting it, definitely. Jay, hopefully next time you come to New York, I'll be able to see you the same way I did Wiz. Chop it up for a little bit.
Absolutely, B. We're definitely gonna build, man. When I get out there, yeah. Looking forward to that, brother.
Absolutely. And give you shout outs. Let everyone know where they can reach you.
You can check me out, CHE_UNO on the Instagram shit. Cabeza Cicatriz. I'm not gonna spell that out. Just you'll see it on Twitter. That's mine. And pretty much everywhere else, you just Google that shit and all my shit pops up. So shout out to everybody, man. High Heat brothers, Gold Era brothers. You know what I mean? Supreme Jeans. Everybody in the city, man. That we building with and that we moving with. The whole fam, man. Everybody. Enough love. And to you, brother. Thank you again for having us, man.
Yeah. Shout out to everybody that supports Fuego Gawdz. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody that's come out to our show. You know what I mean? Definitely check out a Fuego Gawdz show if you haven't checked out a Fuego Gawdz show. My name is Wizdome Bunitall on Instagram because I'm the captain of the Asphalt Regime. My name is regime_Wiz. On Instagram, on Twitter, it's Bunitall. It's just straight Bunitall. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm Wizdome, buns it all. You know what I mean? And with that being said, I'm out.
Peace. On behalf of our entire HHDG media crew, we're gonna say peace.
Peace. Peace, brother.